Welcome to KetoMealsAndRecipes.com. On the menu today is a Chinese beef and broccoli stir fry, which is keto, sugar-free, and gluten-free. The macronutrient ratio for this recipe is 3.3 to 1, with 9.3 grams of total carbs, 2.7 grams of dietary fiber, and with 6.6 grams of net carbs. Before getting started, I would like to mention that this stir fry is based on an authentic Chinese recipe. But to make it keto, I had to change the order of when and how each step was done, in order to allow the mushrooms and other vegetables to absorb and hold in the healthy fats we are stir frying with. If I were to do this recipe in the traditional order, it would make this a protein and carb heavy recipe, which does not work with our keto lifestyle. It's really important that before you start this recipe, you prepare all your ingredients, because all the ingredients are added in a quick succession and you will not have time to prep things before each step. On the stovetop, I preheated the wok on medium heat. If you do not have a wok, use a deep-sided skillet. When your wok is hot, add and melt the unsalted butter. Then immediately place the thickly sliced mushrooms into the wok, spreading your mushrooms so they're in a single layer. This will ensure that they can fry evenly. When the bottom of the mushrooms are golden brown, flip each mushroom to the other side. Fry until the underside is also done and then toss a couple times. Use a slotted spoon to scoop out the mushrooms, but allow for the butter to drip back into the pan as you scoop. Then set the mushrooms aside. To the remaining butter in your wok, immediately add the broccoli florets, the strips of red pepper, and the water chestnut medallions, which you cut into thick sections. Add 1 tablespoon of roasted sesame seed oil and toss well to coat the vegetables. Sprinkle 1/2 teaspoon of powdered ginger over the vegetables, or if you prefer, substitute the powder with fresh ginger. At this point, gently toss continuously for about 1 or 2 minutes. You do not want to over-fry the vegetables. The broccoli should be raw, but must still be crisp and dark green. From the time I added this batch of vegetables to my wok until I scooped everything out was about 5 to 6 minutes. Not a very long time at all, because you want the vegetables to be al dente. Remove these vegetables with your slotted spoon and set aside on the same plate as you put your mushrooms. Please notice that all or almost all of the butter and oil mix has been absorbed by the vegetable. That's a very good thing. You need these fats absorbed by the food as part of our keto meal. After removing the vegetables, increase the stovetop heat to medium-high and add 3 more tablespoons of roasted sesame seed oil. To the oil, add the salt, ginger, and cayenne pepper. Stir and cook for a few seconds to infuse the oil. Then lay the cut meat flat side down in a single layer on the bottom and side of your wok. I used a top sirloin roast in today's recipe, but you can also use ribeye steak or roast. Both are great meat choices. Fry the meat for about 3 minutes. Move the meat from side to side if you like, but don't flip yet. Distribute the grated garlic on top of the meat. Sprinkle the tamari over the meat. At this point, flip the meat and arrange it so it is flat and in a single layer again. Fry this side of the meat for a couple minutes and then start tossing the meat in the oil. This constant tossing will help the meat absorb the maximum flavor and keep it from drying out on one side. When you're making this, you'll love the aroma in your kitchen. If you weren't hungry before, you will be now. My meat took about 8 minutes to be done, but this is just a guideline, because how long you need to fry will depend on how thick your meat slices were when you began. After your meat is done, reduce the heat to low and add back the mushrooms and other vegetables. Toss continuously for about 1 minute. Turn off your element and let everything stand for about 30 seconds. Toss again and remove from the wok. To serve this meal, you can plate individually or put the entire content of the stir fry into a serving bowl, as I did. The color and the aroma are both very appetizing and make for a great presentation. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. See you next time. If you have time, please help us translate this recipe so that others who do not speak English can also enjoy the benefits of this keto beef and broccoli stir fry. I would greatly appreciate your help. The link for the printable recipe and the link for the instructions on how to translate the captions are in the description below.